In this episode, we'll be talking about cyber safety. So, let's kick it off.
We speak to tens of thousands of young people every single year, and this show is about their stories. Do you think social media has made it easier to communicate within relationships?
No, because you lose all face-to-face interaction and that real feeling you have with people.
I think social media is pretty good in terms of relationships because sometimes when you're not that confident to speak to someone else face to face, sometimes it offers a different platform.
Like, people get this idea that they can say whatever they want using a device in their hand, so they could say stuff that they would regret later, but it's out there because it's online or it's texting, so they can always find that.
So Paul, you work for Microsoft, and there's a pretty exciting initiative that Microsoft have started that you're very involved in called Think You Know. And so Mel, what does the police add to this? You work for the Federal Police?
Yeah, so in the AFP we've got a cybercrime prevention team, so Think You Know is just one of a few different programs that we run, but we really want to share what our investigators deal with into information for kids to stay safe online, but also parents to understand what they can do to protect their kids. So whilst we see the worst of what happens, we also want to encourage people to think ethically.
Obviously the online world, there's some great things about it, but for young people today, there's obviously some areas that can be problematic. So what are some of those areas? What are some of the things that you're talking to parents and educators about?
There's a number of things, potentially being around having your identity stolen, phishing for your personal details and how you portray yourself online and the information that you're giving away online. You know, do people really need to know your date of birth? Do they need to know where you live? Geotagging of photos and tagging other people in photos, revealing the location of where those photos are taken and ultimately revealing where you are. Obviously grooming. There are people online who want to exploit the technology. The technology is fantastic. You know, our youth get a lot of great benefit from it through education, entertainment. They connect to each other. But at the same time, there are people who want to exploit that, just as you want to exploit in the offline world as well.
Would you say on a usual day, how much time would you spend on social media?
About half an hour max.
Maybe like 2 hours.
Yeah, 1.5 hours to 2 hours.
About 4 hours.
Maybe a couple hours.
I'm not really too addicted, but I'm kind of addicted.
I'd say it's a part of my everyday life, so it could be taken as addicted, but I can go without it.
If I'm bored, I'll definitely sit on it for a while, but I don't occupy all my time with it.
I can definitely live without social media at the moment. It's just a once or twice thing a day, just have a look at stuff.
I guess we're all addicted if we check it daily on a 2-week basis. That they said that's an addiction.
When was the first time this morning you took your phone?
When I woke up, it was, yeah.
I think it was probably this morning. Just wake up and just naturally just look at it, see what's new and all that.
Well, I'll shower, but then I'll check my phone. Yeah.
Early this morning. Last night.
Probably when I first woke up.
It's about 5 minutes after I woke up. I have no internet, so I can't check the thing, so yeah.
How many Facebook friends do you have?
I don't know. This is my fourth school, so a few. A couple hundred. I'm not too sure.
Over 1,000? Yeah, I think about 1,000.
How many real friends do you have?
About 4? Yeah, more like 10, 15, something like that.
Maybe 5 people that are my close inner circle, yeah.
A lot of traditional crimes are now using some form of technology, and there are some crimes that particularly just use technology. So a lot of the investigations we do relate to the online exploitation of kids. So that's people using technology to groom or to create a relationship with kids with a view to then meet them and harm them in some way.
Is there something that you see time and time again of where a young person might go wrong?
Yeah, I think in the discussions I've had with a few people that have been victims of this is that they all said they thought it would never happen to them. That's one of the common statements we get. And it's because we tend to think we're invincible when we're online, that we can control what's going on.
What is the best thing for them to do? Is it to talk to their parents, to talk to the police?
If they think that someone is talking to them online for the wrong reasons, we do encourage them to block and report that person, letting a parent or an older brother or sister or someone that you trust know what's going on, and they can help you to report it to police. Even if it doesn't end up in an investigation, it's still enough information for us to then use that to educate other people.
Yeah, first thing they might say is, there's no way I'm going to tell my parents that. They'll take away my technology, they'll take away my stuff. And it's that fear of, I guess, retribution that they might be afraid of. But there are others. Surely everyone has someone they can turn to, whether it is, as Mel was saying, an uncle or a brother or a sister, maybe it's a school teacher. But having an adult that you've got, someone that you can trust and go to, rather than just keeping this all to yourself and bottling it all up inside.
If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, share and subscribe. Also, check out these other videos on issues we've covered.